Rellcast here, your Vid Game Vixen, and yeah, back playing my Artsy Minecraft. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the show. Let's see, so this morning I decided to just, it's kind of a prank, but it's not a prank. Like, there's our buddy Annoyed Wolf's base, right? And, like, there's this natural... Well, I kind of put that part there, but there's pretty much naturally a bowl down here. And while he's not around, I'm putting in a lake. So next time he logs on, he's gonna be like, oh, hey, where'd this lake come from? See, so it's not a prank, but it is a prank. Just make him question his sanity. Trying to make this place a little more organic. It took a while for my fossil snake episode to finally upload. It uploaded last night. If you haven't seen it, you know, feel free to watch that video after watching this one, obviously. And it goes over how I put together a fossil snake that I use for our nether portal. Alright, so that's all the sand I got. I was only going to blow a block on this. Now, let's put... It's supposed to be 3? 1, 2, and there needs to be a third one. So, how do I want to do this? How about... Just for now, we'll do it like that. Put one on one side. Or, oh, there it is. I was like, where's my other bucket of water? That is not me. No! Defeats the purpose if I freeze it. Alright, so now I have infinity. If I do this, there we go. So, let's start by filling in little holes. Bit by bit, we'll just fill this place up. I took out most of that stuff there just to kind of give it that feel, and I filled in that corner there. That's how high I'm gonna try and get the water to go. But I figured I'll start from the bottom up there, because now that's a source block. And so now I have this level to try and fill with water. So that's intriguing. There we go. I was like, that's not very common. That rarely happens. Oh my gosh, I could have swore I just heard a drowner noise, and I'm like, I haven't even made this place yet. Wait to move in. I've been planning on doing this to him for some time now, but I've always been working on more important projects. Yeah, this is going to be an easier water project than most of them because I'm doing it a little bit at a time. Water is tricky to work with, but look at that. See? Already I've got 2 layers done. This bigger area will definitely be harder, but let's see if I can't... Actually, I should start over here and work my way. After messing with water for so long, I've been getting a lot better at it. I mean, we had to fill an entire canal over by the original castle by Savah Rellcast. And that was a lot of learning how water works, trust. And then, of course, by the new castle, we have some whirlpools to deal with, because we removed an island. And Suction is a thing when dealing with water. Alright. Somewhere on the, in our realm is Strax. He's working on something. So if you guys hear him in the background, that's why he's somewhere.
I'm mining out and more resources for us.
That's a good idea.
I've already found diamond.
Nice. It's always a good score when you find diamond. We still haven't been able to figure out why our, I have to, I might as well use both. Why our mob farm isn't quite running right. I have a theory that the problem is something along the lines of the water mechanic is too fast for mobs to spawn, and so it's they're not getting the opportunity to appear. And so I think what needs to be done is we have to change it from, what is it, a repeater right now?
It's currently a redstone hopper clock.
A hopper clock. There we go. And the redstone hopper clock, the ticks are not long, so, and I believe that is what's causing the issue. Look at that. Look how lovely that is. It's already filled out nicely in that respect right there. It's going along really, really well. Creating more source blocks. Look at that. So yeah, I intend to get underneath the pyramid and just see what we can do about stretching out the time so it stays dark longer. Beautiful. It stays dark longer, and that should give the mobs more opportunity to spawn. And I honestly think that's what the issue is that they just don't have enough time to spawn. So I have to look up exactly what mechanic will give me that, what I'm looking for. I'll probably end up referencing a hermit, but who knows, maybe some of my other Minecraft interests will have one. Not everybody's a hermit crafter. There are some really great Minecraft artists out there, and yeah, I see you, Zeus. Boop, I see you, Zombo. And you dead. So once we figure out what's going on and slow down the process, I'm hoping that we won't have to go on nightly creeper raids hunting creepers, the most dangerous of prey. No, that's not where it needed to go. Now the thing about water source blocks, okay, if you don't know anything about water source blocks, I can only teach you what I've learned. I've only learned a little bit. You can see where this one's going into there and that one's going into there, so I'm going to follow the line and hit that block. And creating, see that? Do you see that? Look at that, look at that! All the way out to over there. That's how well that happens. So find where the water blocks are actually pouring into. For instance, this right there, I'm seeing this moving into that. So let's make that a solid. Wait for it. There we go. Empty. There. Now this line is here. So I'm going to put it here. And now the line comes in this way. Okay, so if the line's now coming in this way, if I didn't have this block here, I would move it to this side. But I do have this block here, so we're going to go like that, and nothing happened. Alright, so then my other thought is it should be here. There we go. Do you see how that changed the whole pattern? And now these are source blocks here right next to you. You don't gotta go far. So there we go. Like, water seems tricky, and it can be tricky. Now, I could put it here, but I know if I put it here, yeah. And then what we're gonna want to do is get the other side, so we don't waste our time. You hit this one there, you hit that one there, 3 blocks apart. Okay, so do you see where everybody wants to go? That guy. But that guy's already solid. So this guy. See where the dip is? That's where we make it solid. And now the entire thing is solid. So you're looking for where the water flow is, find out where it wants to go, and make where it wants to go a source block. And filling in a lake like this, look at that. It's already pretty lakeish. I'm gonna bring it up at least one more level. So we're gonna start at the point, and I'm going to make those some source blocks. Whee! See, now that's the trick of it. You got that one there, and then I put one there and one there to give for this. And then when it came over to a flow on this side, I put one right there. I'm gonna have to entitle this my water tutorial. And sometimes you'll drop a block and nothing will change, and that's okay. That's water for you. See, now how this flow is here like this, you really want to put it here. Look at that. Look at that perfect movement of water. So now that I got a flow going there, I'm going to want to put it here. I get this cascade going on. It's a line that tells me where I stand. So I need that to be a source block. And you'll notice I like to put them up against the wall, but it's okay to put them straight down if you want to. I just prefer the walls. It just seems easier for me to reach. It also lets me know what I'm doing pattern-wise. There we go. We got a flow. Now this right here, this flow, I understand is not going to straighten out until I get that side's flow, and then I can work the line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and put up this one's flow. Look at that pattern. See how the line, look at that, look at that, look at that. Oh, perfectly done. Really well done. So now you got this line, and so my next block should go here. And then we're going to move on over to here. This is where the line needs to be moved to. There we go. And you don't really need a lot of buckets. Look at that. That's so beautiful. I love when that happens. You really don't need a lot of buckets to work a water project like this. You just need to know where you're putting down your line. Just look at the pattern that the water gives you. And sometimes you have to step back and actually just like look at it. Because see, I've got a really big gap going now. These gaps are usually the hardest because you can put in lines here and you can put in lines here, but water in this area here is going to have a hard time leveling out, especially if you have water movement. See, this is why I started from the bottom up. Working from the bottom up allows you to make sure you have still water below water movement, and that is what gives you an edge in creating what you're after. But this isn't going to be easy. I've now, this part here, this pocket here is going to be the hardest part, because you see, this isn't going to move out very far. So I might have to use some tricky maneuvers. And every other block as a source block works out very well when working on projects like this. Alright. Oh, yes. Okay, look how happy that is. Look at that. All the way to over here. Because of how close the two source blocks are in proximity with one another, this is what gave us this lovely pool going on here. Unfortunately, these guys here are not that close. So we're gonna see if we can't. What's working to my advantage in this is the fact that yes, look at that, look at that beauty right there. I love it when it happens like this. It's because I started from the bottom up and made sure every level was a solid source block level. That's what gives you the advantage of making a lake without having to work too hard on what you're doing. And once again, I'm watching where my water is flowing, and I'm working with it on its terms. Water is a very obnoxious thing to work with in this game. Earlier when I started this project, as you guys were watching, I'm sure you noticed I took a bucket, walked over to a hole in the ground, just one single hole in the ground, and instead of filling that hole in, I decided to keep the characteristic that it brought to the lake and just dropped water in that bucket. That seems so silly, right? But truthfully, that is an important step to doing this kind of thing. Because if I had not put a bucket, this tiny hole over here, had I not put water in there, I would have a leak, a source leak. But because this is counted as a source block, everything above it will move smoothly. I'm going to fill this bucket back up with water. Grab some of my ground dirt. Let's get some of this nonsense filled in here. Didn't like the look of it. There we go. And bam! Just like that, I have made a lake. And I could probably fill it up one more and make it flush with this, but I think it looks great like this, honestly. I might make a waterfall coming down from over there. Waterfalls are stupid easy. Well, let's grab this resource. Leave no coal behind. Well, that's not coal, but leave no coal behind. Now, personally, when I make waterfalls, I like to make it look like the mountain itself is spitting out water. So I'm not going to just drop a source block on top of this and call it good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a hole in the mountainside. Let me see. I want the trajectory to go kind of over there. So we're going to structure just a little bit so it does what I want it to do. And then what I need is for it to snow. Get out of my way, will you? Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's perfect. That's perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the water in these holes to give it the illusion that the mountain spat out the water of its own volition. It didn't have anything to do with me. Now that might not make it all the way down to our lake. Water can only run so far. Oh, but look at that. It has, and it's made its own natural split, and a snowball just showed up. Intriguing. So it's made its own natural split. And let's take a look at it from the other side and see if we like it or if we have to shore it up a bit. Let's see. Yeah, that actually looks kind of lovely. I don't like where the stone is, but I can change that out to dirt. That's not a big deal. Maybe grab another block of sand, because I've got sand working here that I put there. Yeah. Yeah, maybe throw in a few trees and some bushes. This lake is coming along nicely. You know, honestly, out on the internet, I have not seen any tutorials on how to build lakes. So I figured this wouldn't be a bad thing to do. Give a lake tutorial. A water tutorial. Because, it can be a little hard working with water. Oh, look at that. That guy's begging to be a grass block. Beautiful. Working with water can be difficult. And I've had my fair share of trials working with water. Alrighty then. Sand, sand, sand. But I mean, once you get the hang of it, once you watch water's pattern and you learn what you're looking for, it comes out pretty good. It's not that hard. So we're gonna change the way this looks. I think I'm gonna need an overhead view. Okay, there's my source blocks. Yep, see the water has this harsh line going this way. And I want it to have more of a soft desire. So I think I need to pull down some of these inner blocks here, put some sand in them, and just gently coerce the water. Especially because stone doesn't look that great. Though water erodes stone, and I'm not saying you can't find water on stone. I'm just saying as we get closer to the actual lake that we just built, it should be more sand. Sand would be a more natural occurrence once you get to the bottom of something like this. So, yep. And of course, your water is going to adjust as you change stuff. So I want this guy to feel the funky flow. So we're going to change these blocks here. So, all right, I got my flow idea. Working with it coming down like this is going to be a pain in the buttocks. So we are just going to corral it for a second. Get a bead on where it's walking. And remove what we need to remove to give it more of a natural flow. Alright, so we're gonna just take care of this, make it a little steeper. Remove some of this here. Remove this, definitely. Okay. I don't actually need to collect these entities, but whatever. I want that to be sand. And we're just going to change this landscape just a bit so we can see. Alright, so there's our source block. Pull it down. This needs to be sand. So, like I said, I'm not saying get rid of all the stone. That's, you know, water does find stone. It does flow over stone. It's just the closer you get to the lake, if you want it to have that natural erosion feel, that's where you're going to want to put your sand. And it'll look a little more natural by doing so. But it's okay to keep some of the stone. I mean, I live by a mountain with lots of this stuff. Like, White Mountain is not too far from here. Ooh, a skelly. Let's kill him. And there's this really beautiful area called Diana's Baths, and it's pretty much forest and pockets of water, pockets of pool. Alright, so I want some direction for this. Let's put some flowy direction here. And I'm gonna want to flesh out some of this sand just so it looks a little more natural. There we go. Just a little more natural. And of course, you're gonna want some dirt. Oh, dirt. Alright. And I'm going to want to put some trees in this, so eventually this dirt's going to end up being used for some arboreal crafting. Just kind of want to bring out some dirt in that direction. Maybe put one there. Alright, so my flow monster is coming out from here. Let's put some more dirt in here. Get that diagonal feel. Right over my ender chest. Yes! I'm gonna have to move that before I release the Kraken. Now the thing about this is when you draw the line with the dirt, you don't want to leave that line there, because if you leave that line there, it becomes painstakingly obvious that someone made that line. So you just fill out a little bit of it and pop it up and just pretend you're the server. Give yourself some dirt to work with. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just has to have that flow. Alright, I need to... Yes, I need to fall like that. Perfect. I need to eat is what I need to do. Excellent. So we're going to pop that back in here. We're going to remove this. And of course I'm going to have to come back over with some seagrass and some kelp, you know, throw in some natural feel, maybe some fish. That's what I gotta do. I gotta grab some fish and bring some fish back here, because you can't build a lake without putting fish in it. Alright, so let's see how this works. There's our 2 source blocks. She's coming down, she's hitting the sand. And it is definitely hitting the lake. I want to remove this one and this one for sure. Do I have? I do. I'm smart. I'm smart. Got big brain. Yeah. Alright, so I want to... Let's pull this in here and just make it look like... This is going to be fun because it's going to whoosh me. Whoosh! Whooshy whooshy. Alright, I've been whooshed. Alright, that's not bad. The sand corral is not too bad. I just need it to look a little more natural. Let's get a little more sand in here like this. And like this. Incorporate it into the dirt and into the stone. Put it where it has no business. You have no business over there, sand. What are you doing? Just kind of throw it up. Blur. Right. Not a lot of sand on that side. Let's put some sand on this side over here. You know, the thing about it, whenever I do a landscape feature like this, I try to imagine I am a glacier cutting through the land. How would sediments drop? Like, this is Minecraft geology, you know? Like, you want to look at it and go, where would the sediments be? How would it drop? What would it look like? What would be where? You know, and it's not going to be perfect. That's what makes it perfect. like, if you go for perfection, it won't look real. There we go. We're gonna put one right there. Maybe some over here. Just some visuals. That spider wants my life, but he can't have it. Okay. Yeah, now look at that. That's beautiful. You got this zigzag creation. So you got your source blocks up here coming out of the mountain, some flow, and then it comes down and it banks and it banks and it banks and it drops into the river. And so now you have an excuse for the lake you made. We made this lake. We have an excuse for it because we made this water stream. I'm going to look around for mobs. Okay, good. We made this water stream that gives it the story of this mountain had water swelling in it, and the pressure rose, and it was too much, and the top of the mountain wasn't as strong as the bottom of the mountain, and the erosion, you know, dropped out, popped out this spring, this freshwater mountain spring. And so, what you're looking, I don't like that sharp corner. Okay, so what you're looking at, then you gotta do that. You gotta come along and be like, that looks too man-made, and just like destroy it. No big deal. So what you're looking at though is, you know, a story. That's what you're doing. You're making a story out of a mountain. You're saying this is how it came to be. And, you know, fill in other little spots so when you're coming from a different angle, it doesn't look as far-fetched. And as I always say, and Strax always says, get the resources. I am not going to cover up these resources. Give them. Hand it over. Hand me the resources.
Bring me the plat.
Right. Pull the lever. Alright, so that looks alright. Oh look! We could turn this into another lake. Oh, come on. Look at that gilded zombie. Yes! What?
That might be a skeleton.
No, he was green.
Yeah.
He was straight up green. That was totally a gilded zombie. You know what? And I just killed him, so... Oh no, he's not dead. Look at that. See? That's a Zed. He's all blinged out. Look at you, homie. You were riding with your homeboys when you died? As much as I don't care about the zombie, this guy. That guy right there has the resources I'm after. Powder. What a lovely little hole. This too could make a nice little lake. But let's get the resources.
That's what I'm doing.
Well, I'm not going to leave all this coal just sitting here nicely in the wall saying, hey, pick me up before you go.
I went the other way. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, so like this right here. This is a random bowl in the ground. I missed that coal. I could turn this into a lake too. No reason. Just for the sake of having mountainside lakes.
How do you know? Maybe they're lakeside mountains.
Now we're just splitting hairs. Damn! Whoa! This coal has led me to a natural waterfall. Look at that. Just, you know, I could spend so much time landscaping. It's a lot of fun landscaping. I love doing it. Look at that. And then it goes this way, and, yeah.
Yeah, well, my vein of coal brought me to diamond.
Nice. You know, I'm not that far down, buddy. Whoa. Man, I wish flame arrows would light up darkened caverns. Like you shoot it down there and it would just light it up for a second so you could see what's up.
I bet it would with RTX.
Oh man, I bet it would with RTX. Look at this. What's going on here? Wait, what? Oh, this little passageway into the mountain. Secret tunnel through the mountain. Coal. It leads you on adventures. It's like the advertisement for coal. Actually, wouldn't this just go out to the other side? Now I'm really messing with Annoyed Wolf. He'll be like, when did this happen?
Kid.
Alright, this was not that big a tunnel. Where the hell am I? Alright, I'm on 240. I'm on 240. Whoa, don't drop down the pit. Come on, Savah. No pit falling. $240. Oh, no wonder. I just kind of went right past this. I just made a random hole. Yep, I'm that guy. I'm that player. I just make random holes. Oh, I would have popped out over here. Oh gosh, that horse is so black. I was like, what in the hey is that? What? What? Interesting. Oh my gosh, that's cute. I like it. I'm gonna ride you.
Awkward.
12. Are you already tame? I think he's already tame. Alright. This is neat. Just peeking into his base. He's got all this room. What is he doing with all this room? It's just like judo classes? Like, okay. I guess he needs a random source block of water. Someone needs to build this boy a cauldron. He's got his own nether portal. Yeah, this is just a random window over here. Hi, horse.
Maybe he wanted to see out.
Yeah, no, I bet he did. No, people put windows down because they don't want to see out. Of course he wanted to see out.
Why are you picking on his window?
I don't know, I like it. Who said I was picking on it?
Me.
Apparently. Oh, there's my snake. Snack. My embedded snack. There's Devon's place. You can see Yums over there. There's the castle. I put this tree here because it looked like a nice place to put a tree, and it totally blocks the castle and his base, and I kind of feel like a jerk now. But I mean, it's a nice tree. And there's the new lake we just built. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Just beauty. Alright. Hit some of this stuff with some bone meal. Get some grass growing. Let's see. Yep, all dirt so I can get seaweeds and kelps going on in here. Maybe put some more sand in certain places. That looks great. Got like this. Bloop. Very nice. All right, look what we did. This has been a great morning episode. You, me, and my coffee. That's how we roll. And there you go. If you wanted to know how to quickly and efficiently build a lake, there it is. That's the trick. That's how you get it done. And so I hope you enjoyed this video. You learned something from it, and If so, I hope you decide to subscribe and hit that like button, you know, so you can see more videos where I'm showing you how to do stuff. I don't always show you how to do stuff, but, you know, every now and again I feel like teaching people how to do stuff. So, enjoy your day. It's Thursday, if you forgot what day it is. Today's Thursday. And thanks for joining us. This is Savah Rellcast, and, you know, have fun playing video games. Till next time. See you in the next video. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Toodles.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.